Alright, so I done got most of these here wrapped up, but something cut out on that video or something, so I'm saved one to show you how to wrap one if you don't know or want to learn or anything like that. You need something like this, a mouse pad. I use a mouse pad, some magazines. You don't want to roll it on a hard table. It won't go on. It won't work good. One of the hardest things is I'm pretty used to it, so it goes pretty quick for me. But just getting them things off your fingers, man, they want to grip to your fingers. But what I usually do is you want to put it. You don't want to actually set it down on top of the wrap. Put it right to the edge, and then just start to roll it and keep pressing down. That's what that mouse pad's for. It'll help you keep pressure, and I usually roll it out a couple times like that. Make sure it's on there good. And there's one wrapped, and let's see here. Gotta get us some fletchins. I usually use some black ones for the odd veins, and let's see, what do we want here? The yellow. Like I said, I got all different colors, but I like the yellows cause alright, I think that's good. I like the yellows, they're easy to see, but usually turn this thing around and we start with the odd vein, and I use this bone and fletch type platinum. And I know a lot of people, man, they say, oh, that shit ain't no good. And man, the bow shop I go to, I actually get on a shirt here, Sand Mountain Outfitters, old Rassie and Jim and them. This is what they use. They fletch thousands of arrows with it, and it's also what I've always used. And I fletch thousands of arrows. And the big thing on it is you want to get just enough to coat it and all the way to hold it and make sure it stays on there. But you don't want to put a ton, or you don't want to not coat it good. And I usually just put one on there, make sure it's down in there good. Just apply little bit of light pressure. And then that one's usually good. I don't know how good you can see this. I'm trying to figure out somewhere else to set this thing. That's probably good. But this boning, man, they make good stuff. Some people don't like it, and if somebody tells you it don't work, they're either full of shit or they're just a dumbass. I mean, I'll be honest with you, because it's good, man. I've used it for a good while. Hell, man, you can even fletch these arrows with super glue, and it'll hold pretty good. It's not as good as this though. If you shoot like a whisker biscuit or something, you definitely don't want to use it because they're so rough when the fletchings go through there. But it's that boning, man, it's good shit. They make a lot of good fletchings. AAE makes some nice ones, but man, I've used Blazers forever and their stuff, and I never have no problem out of it. They fly awesome, with or without broadheads. So I just keep using it. I don't really think they make anything that would work any better for me. We're gonna get a few of them out. We're gonna need a bunch of them. But that's probably pretty good. But I just usually leave them a couple minutes, then go on with the next one. Just be careful when you put the jig off. That's another reason you don't want to use too much glue, because if you get it here on your jig, the fletching will want to stick to the jig as much or as more as it does to the arrow. So you don't want excess, but you do want enough, to hold it. But you can usually go ahead, be careful with it. A lot of guys, they say one of these things need 10-20 minutes to dry, and I do a bunch of them, man, in 2 or 3 minutes. As long as you just don't go ripping the jig off or nothing, it's good. It's on there. It ain't going nowhere. And I do both of my jigs here. I use a 3-degree helix on my arrows, which means the fletching doesn't go straight on the arrow. It actually goes at a 3-degree angle, and all that does is your arrows, like your spine, no matter what stiffness arrow you shoot, they're all gonna flex a little when they come off the bow. And your fletchings, what they actually do is they make the arrow start spinning to straighten that out. And putting a little bit of a twist on them, it just makes them start spinning sooner than they would if they were straight. By how much, I don't know. I just know that they fly good. They fly good with broadheads, and I prefer a little bit of a helical twist on mine than a straight fletch. These boning jigs right here, these are just blazer jigs, but you can actually get these in straight or the helix. But yeah, I like the helix. I like how on these new blazers, they used to always say blazer on this side and then they said it on the other side, but they got the logo on the other side now. They started doing them like that, and don't really matter how it shoots. It looks kind of cool though, I think. Yeah, just give that a minute or two. It should be ready. If you try to do your own fletchings and you have to leave them a long time, or you're leaving them a long time and they're still sticking to the jig, you're just using too much glue. See what I use right there? I mean, it's hard to see clear glue, but it's just enough to fill up that little crease in there all the way up down, like you're putting damn mustard on a hot dog or something. But if you get the right amount of glue and just apply that little bit of pressure, and don't apply too much pressure neither, because that'll squirt it out a lot, and then that might get overflow on the jig too and make it want to stick to the jig. It's just, a lot of it's just trial and error, man. I mean, it was for me first time. It's been a while, but first times I ever tried to fletch arrows, or even wrap them. That took me a little bit, but till you really get a feel for it. The first time I tried fletching them or anything like that, man, they wanted to stick to the jigs, and you just kind of have to get a feel for what you're doing. Helps if you have somebody that's done it, could kind of show you, but I didn't at the time. We got one good bow shop around here, Sand Mountain. Here you see, and it's an awesome bow shop. I like them guys up there. They know what they're doing. They can set up bows, tune bows. The rest of them around here, they're decent, carry some decent stuff, but they're not near, the bow shop, the actual. I mean, some of them can't even fletch arrows, I don't think. I mean, it's just Sand Mountain. That's where I go. But these should be ready. Alright, and they fletched up good. And you can probably see there, when you look down one, the helix on them. And like I said, all that does is when you shoot your arrow, it's going to flex off the bowstring, and these start spinning, and that's what straightens the flight up. But this helix actually makes them start spinning faster, sooner, so they straighten up faster, which they should shoot straighter. And they say mostly the biggest thing it helps with is broadheads. I don't know, I shoot it basically, I mean, I shoot it all the time. Works great with field tips, anything. But just gonna give me a couple more here. But basically, man, that's all there is to it. You gotta let them dry a little bit before you shoot them. I'll probably be shooting them here in an hour or so. I mean, some people tell you wait longer, but if you do them right, they'll be good. Yeah, that's about it, man. You can get pretty quick with it after doing a bunch of them, you know. And I put my veins, the way this is set up, I slide them all the way to the bottom. And they start off 1 inch from the knock, which some people like them farther, some people like them closer. But for a blazer, that's pretty much good. That'll fly good. It's gonna work good for anybody. But yeah, man, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can get out there and shoot some. That's what I'm gonna try to do here in a little bit. But hell yeah.